Hello everyone, this is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest, or welcome to my Pixel Quest if this is your first time here, because we're playing a new game and I didn't even know I was going to be doing this. This is a surprise to me. I didn't know I was going to be doing this even a couple of hours ago. So this is Blueprints that I have heard, I know absolutely nothing about, because what I do on this channel is totally blind playthroughs. So that is what this is. It is my first time playing. This game has only been out a very short while, and I know absolutely nothing about it. I don't even know what kind of game it is, but this game has just gotten under my skin. Like, the desire to play this game has come from just hearing a couple of little a bit of buzz about it, that the game is incredible. I've just gotten this sense that this is a super worthwhile thing to come into, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind, and I wanted to play it so much. So we're jamming this thing into the playthrough schedule unexpectedly for you, unexpectedly for me. I am just so excited to see what this game is about, to see what this game has in store for me. So let's just launch in and see. That looks like the little loading logo there looks kind of like a pen nib. Is the impression I'm getting? A pen nib that sort of has a holly leaf vibe to it. Oh man, the atmosphere is already so tantalizing. I am so ready for whatever mysteries this game has for me. This is exactly, I suppose, the kind of vibe I was hoping for. Not knowing at all. Ooh. Is this a painting? A painting. Stormy night.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament.
Okay. Classic.
And hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore.
I have no idea what a codicils is. What an interesting art style.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones.
Simon P.
Son of
Jones.
my dear niece,
Is that going to be us?
Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
Oh, that's so exciting. This is a classic, we've just inherited a mansion scenario.
The request is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that
well, it's right there, isn't it? It's right there on the map.
Should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts.
Great Hall courtyard.
A timely manner.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the
proof of the discovery as
will,
well.
then this gift shall lapse.
Okay. Wow, what a challenge.
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Herbert S. Sinclair. I'm trying I feel like it might be important to remember some of these names, so I'm sort of trying to repeat things that I hear and see in the hope that I might remember them. I do have a little pen and a notepad next to me in case I actually, because I'm feeling like this is puzzly, right? This looks great. Oh, look at the reflection in the fountain. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, I love this style. And that's that. Here we are. Oh, exciting. We were back there, but we're here now. Okay, slightly creepy. Slightly creepy. Well, can I go back out again? Little footsteps. Nice. So this is our mansion that we've inherited. God, I already feel nervous because from what he said, we're on a time limit. And there indeed is a clock. So, sort of 20 to 1. Okay. Well, let's just... Can we do anything? Can we jump? How do we... Can't look at our own reflection. I love this art style. I really love how, you know, it's doing this thing where it's a little bit sketchy. It's going for a bit of a drawn look with lines, with outlines, slightly sketchy outlines. So it's a bit of that lovely combination of kind of a 2D aesthetic in a 3D world. Entrance hall, and I'm rank 1. Whatever that means. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, I know absolutely no details about this game. I didn't know what genre it is. What kind of... I heard one singular mention of puzzle, but to be honest, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because, you know, loads of different types of games will have puzzle elements in them. But it does look like we're in some kind of puzzle game. All right, this, haha, next page. Okay, open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. So my name isn't Peter, it's Simon. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, excuse me, he had a little frog in his throat when he was writing this. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. What? So, does that mean I have to solve this in a day, or am I leaving at the end of the day and coming back or something? I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning. Oh, each morning. Okay, so we're kind of coming back here every day, and not rely on the successes of the previous day. What? That's really interesting. It is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. Okay. But I assume that what that means is that we're not going to be able to take things and bring them the next day. So we can't like build up an inventory, but we can come with knowledge. Okay. I love this. I love this so much, guys. Already this is like exactly what I want from a game, from a kind of a mysterious, puzzly, you know, atmospheric game. I'm so pleased. One final word of advice. I have the feeling like I have so made the right choice by playing this game. I've so made the right choice. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. Interesting. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Wow. Wow. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. Ooh. I wonder how literally we will be able to take that. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Wow. Interesting. Okay. And, okay, so we can interact with things when it allows us to interact with something. You found the Mount Holly blueprint. I love how that's, how this is, kind of like a drawn typeface, a drawn font. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing right trigger. Okay. There we go. Huh. Ah. Okay. Antechamber. So we've got entrance hall down the bottom, antechamber down the other end. What happens if we click on them? Nothing. Oh, antechamber. From its root meaning the room before, all signs and paths point towards the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room resting on the 9th rank. Ah, okay. I thought rank referred to like our rank, like a personal rank, but it seems to be something more spatial. May prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. I guess not. I guess you're telling me that I can't help but draw a connection between them. But no, I can't. I suppose I can't help doing that, but I have no idea what that's going to be. Okay. Ah, and so this is sort of like a list. This is like a list of rooms, maybe? Right. Yep. Antechamber is indeed right next to room. So antechamber is room 45. Okay. And then room 46 right next to it. Yeah. Bedrooms. Hallway. It's the same amount of bedrooms and the same amount of hallways and the same amount of... Maybe the number changes as we find them. Maybe this is just a generic screen with 8 blocks on it. Yeah, shops. Red rooms. That sounds terrifying. Mount Holly. Okay. Day 1. Is that footsteps, potentially? Is that like a pedometer up in the top right corner? 48? Hang on. I'm going to do a little walk. I look at the reflection. Surely this will be used in the puzzles as well, right? Like that there might be things that we can only see by looking down like this. But it does appear that it's the same. We're seeing the same paintings. The statue. Yeah? Who this? I don't know. Is this our guy? Maybe? Is this our grand uncle? Clocks. Yep. All the classics. It still says 48. So I don't think that's a pedometer. I don't know. I thought maybe they would sort of, it would be one way to like measure your progress. Select a room. What? Select a room to draft. We can create rooms? We can create rooms? I thought this was just going to be... Whenever you enter this room, oh! So... Gain 2 steps. I don't know how to refer to this, so I guess I'm just going to call it steps, maybe. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. So this is almost like, it's kind of board gamey or even card gamey, isn't it? Wow. Well, I have no idea what's involved in this, but let's just try. Bedroom. Ah, I see. So that's why this might be at least part of the reason why they say, I don't know what's going to be behind the rooms until I'm there. Greetings from Reddington. That is lovely. Is that where we are? Okay. Interesting. So so far my impression is that I just kind of have to go up to things to attempt to interact with them and see if I see something. I don't know, if any of my other, if there's anything I can do outside of that per se. But the main thing I think is going to be observation and experimentation. So this is very escape roomy. Crowbar. These all feel like hints. These all feel like hints in an escape room kind of way. I love the music. An interesting little puzzle thing. A folded crane. A lot of books. These things are always suspicious in any kind of puzzle or movie. The trunk is locked. Okay. So there's some way for us to get that unlocked, of course. Pray. I'm just trying the other trigger buttons on the controller. We don't seem to be able to open this. Aha. Is that... she has... So maybe this is his wife. Could be somebody else, who knows? But at the moment, that's all I've got to go by. And she has a kind of a moon necklace. Okay. Is it possible that this was her room? I can't see anything else to interact with just yet. It's still locked. It's not going to unlock itself. Okay. And we can't seem to interact with this, but I mean, it has the appearance of a mirror, except without a mirror in it. I'm also just thinking about the way the shadows move around in it, but that might mean nothing. Okay, and this thing is pointing down, or is it holding something? Possibly. The way that the fingers go into it, I don't know. Could be. Could be. So what happens if we go in here? We can make another room. This one has a +1 and a key next to it. Does that mean we need a key to enter? No, but if you think about these rooms as sort of like, let's say that you're playing a board game and you're landing on a new square, or you're playing a card game and like you're gaining or playing another card, then maybe these are the things that you gain by coming into this room, or that you can get in this room. So this could be a room where we find a key. And if we find a key, we can go back to that trunk potentially and open the trunk. So that this could be how it works. Who knows? A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observe. I said before, I have a pen and a notepad. You can hear it here. That's great. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm very excited about a game that explicitly tells me I'm going to need to be making some notes. Okay. So in that case, maybe I should already make a couple of notes that in the bedroom at the very least, there's a crowbar picture that seems really important to me. There's the trunk, and there was a prayer picture. There were other things to note down as well, the Reddington postcard and the woman's picture, but I'm going to start with that because I don't have that many things to remember at this stage. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. I love it. And I'm even just looking at the picture of the journal there, wondering if the kinds of notes that you can see there are just generic and meaningless, or if they will actually turn out to relate to this story. Okay, that looks like kind of 3 mountains. Definitely feels like the pictures are very meaningful. So this is... God, I've already forgotten. Is this the den? I think this is the den. So there's a kind of... It's almost a Southern Cross. I'm in Australia, so in the Southern Hemisphere, the Southern Cross is a very prominent constellation in the sky, but it's missing the extra little star there. So it's a kind of a diamond-shaped star constellation. Aha! Oh, hey, key. That was easy. All right, so it wasn't that. I thought maybe there was a big mystery to finding the key, but no, the key was just there. There are other mysteries though. We can't go in here as far as I can tell. Nook, not den. This is Nook. Let me just correct that. So we got the key, a snug corner reading room which serves as a quiet, private place for guests to spend a few hours of their afternoon away from the hustle and bustle of the staff. So we have here type blueprint. That's interesting. Rarity commonplace. Drafted one time. So maybe we can make more nooks. Maybe this nook is, essentially like a card or a board game square that we can kind of play, and we can play it or / draft it multiple times to achieve different things. And I suppose that what we should note is that the nook in particular, like its orientation, is that it has exits to the west and south. So maybe the way that we draft these things is about also creating... Oh, that's so interesting. I'm just thinking this through. It might be about creating, obviously, pathways using the different rooms, but it could very much also be about other ways that the rooms relate to each other that I can't even anticipate yet. Okay, and then there's a picture of a spiral staircase. Great. In my notes you go. I don't know how I'm going to use you. But I can't look at these books. You can't look at these ones either. Okay, well, I've got the key now, so let's go and open this trunk. Hopefully it is... Yeah. Use. Obviously there might be... I was just about to say, there might be different types of keys in this game. Okay, so it's going to be... So this is where it's starting to feel important that we are not going to be able to bring these things with us. So if we want to use these keys... so many things are just occurring to me as I'm thinking this. If we want to use these keys, we have to use them today, or we have to get them again on another day if we want to use them. And also, I'm just starting to think that... so let's look out here for a sec. Aha! That is a very interesting mountain in front of us. And I'm actually thinking that that shape there looks like what I was saying was the pen nib in the loading icon, which might still be a pen nib, but it looks like it's kind of related to that mountain shape there. I wanted to come out here again, yeah, to see what the time was now. Whoa. So I have no idea of what our days are like in terms of... Yeah, how long we get to stay here each day. Can I actually see the hand move? Yes. Yep, you can see the minute hand moving there. Okay, all right. So that's interesting. I wonder if I'll get a watch or something at some stage. So because we sort of... It's kind of interesting. I could take a look at this building and get a sense for what the... what the structure or the architecture is like here. But at the same time, if the rooms are kind of ever changing and if I'm changing the rooms, yeah. Oh, so cool. So cool. I've already fallen deeply in love with this. I don't want to end my day if I click on this. I hope that's not... Alright, so we can't go in there yet. But what is in there? A little bridge. And a branching pathway. Okay. I think it'd be a good idea just to have a little quick look out here. So we, you know, this is our very first area. Nope. Just bang my head into a bush. What about if we go around here? You never know. You never know. Obviously these games are very much like you have to explore everywhere, and you have to observe very, very keenly, and you have to kind of just keep an open mind for the sorts of things that might come up. Ah, look at that down there. Ooh, so there's a kind of that looks like a hidden kind of room or pathway that's built into the cliff face there. So we're going to be able to, surely that means we're going to be able to go beyond the mansion. That is freaking beautiful. And I guess this is a big lake. A few chips out of the wall here. How can I get a look down here? Okay, so there's a sort of an area. There's what looks like a few different areas down here. Maybe it's hard to tell if that's an area all the way back there with white tree trunks maybe. But either way, there's definitely an area down here with a kind of a fountain and a kind of a, I don't know, an outlook of some kind. Here's a little pathway. We can go straight down here. The grounds. Was it the grounds up there as well? Oh! And there's an interesting, ominous kind of white noise sound. This is really, I've mentioned this before in other playthroughs, but this is really giving me vibes of a game that I absolutely adore called The Witness, if you've played that game. Maybe if you're playing and interested in this game, maybe you're also a fan of The Witness as well. I absolutely loved it. In fact, I've been replaying it recently. But I won't say any more than that. If you like this game, I have to say, if you haven't played The Witness, you should play that. Alright. Oh man, actually, like, already, like, just, I didn't expect us to be able to go so far beyond the mansion already. So a kind of a creepy storeroom here. Can we do anything? Nope. Nope. One of my other playthroughs at the moment is The Witcher 3, so I feel like I should be able to light that. We can't move these. Apparently I just like to keep my arms by my side and not do very much with them. That's fine. Is that something? That's just some design on the rock, a log, and nothing we can interact with here. At least, when I say that, at least yet is the thing. Maybe more will come to pass as we discover more and get more items and possibly even abilities. I have no idea. No idea. I actually feel like I'm slightly whispering because of the atmosphere. Because of the atmosphere in this game already. I'm feeling it like in my bones, you know? I feel like I actually... It's in part like the awe and the anticipation of what's in front of me, and it's in part just because the atmosphere in... Oh, there we go. There's that symbol. So, I mean, that's definitely like a you know, an ink pen nib, but with kind of holly leaves coming out of it. Is this me using a key? Because this has a keyhole, Am I using a spare room? I guess we just try these out and experiment, right? So, spare room. Like, we're all, at this stage, we're just really learning. Okay. So that's boxes that are being packed up. That's a bit of exposed wall, I think. Okay. A room that's being painted. Right. And a ladder. Nothing to interact with that I can see. So what happens if we go straight forward? And I'm just making a note. Spare room. Closet? If we make a closet though, it says 2 items. Does that mean it has 2 items in it? But we won't be able to go further. Well, unless it's a mysterious closet with a with a hidden, you know, entrance in it. But maybe it means that we can't go anywhere from the closet. Storeroom might be the same deal. And then hallway. Let's make hallway just because it gives us some movement options, I think. I don't know if I'm thinking about this in the right way, but that's what's... We've got a little bit of that white noise again. Okay, I love these pictures. So that's a road. That's just a road, looking down a road in a forest. And there's some flowers, and there's a fishing rod. It's all going in my journal. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Oh, west wing? More likely to be locked. That's interesting. I wonder what that means though. Like, the way that we place the rooms. I wonder how... Hang on. Once you have drawn floor... Huh? Once you have drawn floor plans, you must select one to draft. Oh, so if I click on the door, I can't... Oh, that's interesting. I can't get out of it. I have to draft something. Wow. So clicking on a door, you are committing. All right, we're doing storeroom because it looks like it's got lots of stuff in it. Ooh, coin. I'm thinking there was some kind of contraption in the nook, maybe? Potentially something that we could put a coin into? I don't know. Looked like a big radio or something. Chess pieces. Little gaming objects. Ooh, a diamond. So these seem like regular collectibles, with the icons up in the top right-hand corner. And then a key, but it's just, so it's just all of the keys are kind of the same key, maybe. Here, so let's just take a look at this room for a sec. Storeroom. I want to make sure I'm checking out the ceiling as well, in case there's anything. So the storeroom has, God, there's going to be 46 rooms, most likely. So the storeroom has a grandfather clock picture, and we have seen a grandfather clock in the main lobby, right? And then we have a big lock. That's very interesting. Is this something? Aha! What? That's adorable. I wonder if this is our picture. Like that we drew, because, you know, he did mention that we spent a lot of our time as a kid here. And there's... So you've definitely got to look out for little things like that. Not that I have any idea what it means yet. Okay, but the storeroom doesn't have any other... We can't... we can't put a key in this or anything like that. Okay. Okay, let's... We can't go any further there. What else can we draft? Let's try and draft something that can keep us moving. So again, this one looks like it doesn't have any other exits in it. So if I have a room like this that has two exits, then I can kind of use one of them for this, for a single exit room. But otherwise, I'd like to try as much as possible to use something with multiple exits. So let's use this one. And it just said that it used one of my gems. Oh! Cutscene. Are these our feet walking in? That must be us. Nice. So this is an important room. Recording would make sense for a security room. Keyboards. I love this visual style so much, in part because all of the objects actually look like they're these 3D objects that are crafted from like cardboard. Huh. Wow. So this is so fascinating. My mind is exploding a little at the idea that we're kind of creating this mansion, and in a sense we're there we go. There's a little bit of a delay, but there we go. We're watching ourselves. Huh. Yeah, my mind is being blown by the fact that we're kind of creating the rooms of this mansion, and as I think the grand aunt said, like, we're forging our own path through the mansion. So, and yet here are all of these existing rooms. How do they exist? Where are they? Do they exist in some form, but we're shifting them around? Okay, so we've got... well, let's look at this thing that's right in front of us first. Blue memos are true. Red memos are lies. Okay. Well, that is going in my notebook. That seems really important. And also we've just got a little crown. A little crown with a little design at the top there. Might be that these things don't matter. It might be these things matter. I'm really going to be saying that about everything. Oh, I love that it's just got scribble in the cup. That's really cool. So we've got some tapes here. What does this say? C cam tape 2.3, B cam tape 4.5. QWERTY keyboard. I'm just sort of taking a look to see if, you know, it seems like any keys are missing or something like that. Well, actually, it does, because I'm looking down at my own keyboard right now. QWERTYUI. So I is missing on this keyboard. What else is missing? I'm gonna make a couple of notes here. I is missing, and then we've got OP, ASDF, GH, JKL. That all appears to be there. Z, XCVBNM. Full stop. I mean, the comma is missing, but maybe we're not maybe we're not being finicky about that. And then in terms of numbers, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 7, 8, 9 are missing. 7, 8, 9. Possible that that's a password or something? Ooh, welcome to Mount Holly Security. I mean, obviously it's called Mount Holly. Okay, it makes perfect sense to me now. It's called Mount Holly. It has holly on the logo, holly leaves, and the pen nib design looks like the mountain that's right outside the door. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Press enter. View estate inventory, keycard system, login to network, exit. Little sword and shield there that's a little bit Zelda-ish. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. Oh, my mind. My mind is crashing in on itself. Currently in the house, so things can change. Does that mean, here's what I'm thinking, and obviously this is a totally blind playthrough, and this is a game where that really, 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 this is a game where it's really, really important to for this to remain as blind as possible. So, a reminder, if you've watched any other playthroughs on this channel, or otherwise a very gentle explanation if you're new to the playthrough, that I totally welcome comments and I love them, but please, absolutely no explanations at all, no game information at all in the comments. Other comments are welcome, but just no explanations, even tiny little minor things, like absolutely nothing. Because in a game like this, in any kind of blind playthrough, it's really, really important that you guys are able to see me have a totally fresh experience with a game. It's just the most fun ultimately, for everybody, even if there are times where it's frustrating, and sometimes especially if there are times when it's frustrating. If I make mistakes, if I don't know things, even when I miss basic things. That's just something that I ask for when you're to make sure that you think about that before you leave a comment, that it's not including any game information. In a game like this, it's super, super important, because this is obviously a game where figuring things out on the spot is the whole game. It's the most it's the bread and butter of the game. Anyway, so with that as a reminder, when I ask questions and wonder about things, that's me letting you know what my mindset, what my what's going on in my brain while I'm playing this game, so that you're coming along, on the journey with me. So with that said, yeah, this is really like imploding my brain. So I wonder if when it says a list of items currently in the house, if what that means is that relates to items that relate to the rooms that I've currently drafted, or if it has I wonder if it has a wider meaning than that. Okay, but anyway, what it actually says is that there's no gems, no keys, no coins, but there's a fruit. There's a fruit somewhere, and it will be updated as new rooms are added. Okay, so I think that what that currently refers to is items that are in the rooms that I've drafted. Great. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational, which is very interesting because it means that it may be non-operational at some stage. Keycard system settings. Security level medium. Oh, and we can set... Oh, my brain is melting. We can set the security level. It's currently medium. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? And also, I'm just noticing down in the bottom it says security rank 4. Why? What does this mean? I don't know. Change offline mode. Offline mode is currently locked, so if I click on that, this mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. Oh my god. Oh no, why do we need security? This is really concerning me now. If there are blackouts and if power is lost, security doors will default to locked. Why would we need that? Do we need to protect ourselves from something? Oh no. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. Well, you say that, but what if there are creatures or something, ghosts or zombies or something coming after me in the dark? And the grandfather told us not to be here at night. Maybe that's because of the dark. So we can lock it or unlock it. Oh god, I don't know. It says here as a safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. But what if there are scary things on the estate? Maybe I need it locked. For the time being, I'm going to leave it as is. And let's just see how it comes up. And set security level. Okay. The security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. The amount of keycard security doors. So for example, you should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 or 6 with a high setting. Why would we change this? So maybe 3 or 4 with a medium. Why would we change this though? This is a total mystery to me, but for the time being I'm going to leave things as they are because I don't know what the consequences are yet of those changes. Okay, so we've got a door there. It's got a nice little running sound to it, but nothing to interact with. This has got an extra, like this has a little bit of a blue tinge to it. This has a strong blue tinge to it. And blue is in the game title. Ah, fruit! We got +2 steps when we picked up a fruit. I don't know what that means. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff, or live out and seasonal staff, will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Oh, terminal password. Well, what can I make of this? Terminal password. I'm going to say, like the first letter there is an S. I would say for sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to say it looks about 7 letters. So it's probably not our I789 keys missing from the keyboard. I can't really reliably make out anything else. It could be an O at the end. It could be a U. Probably looks like a U. But yeah, that's too much. Too much. That's a bit too scribbly for me to make out. Okay, so we've got a picture of a stage and a flower. Kind of a theatrical stage and a flower of some kind that I don't know. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Okay. All right. So lower ranks probably relate to rooms that are just easier to go in and out of, fairly simple. And then maybe as we get to higher rank rooms. And I don't know if the rank for rooms will change or if the rank for each room is set. But higher rank rooms, things are getting more complicated. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Yeah, okay, north. So, yeah, it does sort of generally feel like, all right. So we can see this as squares on a board game. So literally, can we try to make a path to the antechamber? Let's see. I don't know how much. Oh, we can actually choose call it a day. Okay. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Okay, so this is really like a board game. So this is what we can do on this square. View inventory of all items currently in the house. All right, so we've got doors. I've still got another door at the entrance hall that I can use. I don't want to use that up yet. So let's see how we can make good use of our security doors here. But obviously let's continue looking around for the time being. This one also has a bright blue streak on it. Let me look at this. So we looked at this keyboard before. I mean, if all of these keyboards are the same, it might just be a design feature. Like they're just simplified keyboards. It might not relate to anything. That does look the same though, doesn't it? The top line is also missing a U. The number buttons are missing 7, 8, 9. And B, V, C, X, Z, A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K. Yeah, okay. So these seem to be the same. A, S, D, F, G, B. Yep. Yeah, maybe it might mean nothing then. It might just, obviously in a game like this, I'm trying to look at everything. Is it actually showing us Yeah, it is. It's showing us kind of jumping around in the security footage. I sort of want to turn around. Hang on. Because there's a delay, will it show us turning around? No. It only shows us moving. Like we're a chess piece. Or a board game piece. If I move back and forth, yeah, it does. Okay, hang on. What if I turn around, move, and then turn back? It doesn't show me turning around. It only shows my back. This is all very creepy. But maybe that's just how it works. All right, so there's kind of like a baby's room there. Sort of a museum with this written on a poster, piano room, a pool, a bath, kind of also something museum-esque, a hallway. Is that the hallway that we were in? Maybe. That's the nook. We were in there. God, what if something appears in one of these things? Sort of a room for, I don't know what you call a room for listening to someone play the piano. Okay, a performance room. Sort of a library, and that has a spiral staircase in it. So we've started to see that some of the things in some of the pictures are in some of the rooms. I'm not sure what that one at the top is. That's a vault. Huh. A storeroom. That's probably the storeroom that we were in. Yep. An office. That looks like someone's, I don't know, walk-in closet or something like that. And that's the spare room. That's the spare room. Okay. And we've got a clock in here. Okay. So 2:45. More chess pieces. And just more tapes that we can't seem to look at. All right. Okay. Let's go on. What do I do with my piece of fruit, I wonder? Because the other items are appearing in the top right there, but the fruit is not. Okay, so we want to avoid... The den has 3... What I've also got to pay attention to is the orientation. So we're going to be heading west here, and ultimately we want to try and get north. None of these rooms would provide us with a way north. And I'm actually now wondering if rank actually might relate to the vertical position on the blueprints. Let me... I can't look at it right now, I think. Oh! There we go. I press the trigger and I can look at it. Yeah, so it says that we're rank 4. Yes. So maybe every step that we manage to go northward towards the antechamber, that's increasing our rank. This makes sense. Oh, that's so good. That's so useful. All right, let's keep that up then. Okay, and it lets us actually imagine the map, visualize the map rather, the different possibilities of the rooms. Oh my god, I love this game so much. This is so much fun. This is a really interesting sort of combination of mechanics. A really interesting way of kind of combining like an inherited mansion mystery, a sort of an open worldish dynamic maybe, and kind of board game or card game mechanics as well. Huh. Okay. So kitchen would give us 2 more rooms, lavatory would be a dead end, and den would give us 3. It just feels but we can't. No, we can. I was thinking it says +1 gem, but that means there's a gem in there, I believe. Let's do it. Nice. Okay, so we've got a little clock. And is this showing the actual time? It looks like it. Okay, so a lot of the rooms will have ways for us to tell the time. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm actually like not taking things for granted and I'm properly looking around. So we've got a picture here of a jacket on a, whatever you call that, a jacket on a stand. Fallen candelabra, or candlestick rather. I don't know what you call that. It's like a kind of folding, like, is it a chair, a table, a folding, is it a thing for a baby? Like a fold out thing where you might lay a baby? Maybe, I don't know. So this also has a very cool clock, reminding me that time is getting on my first day. Yep. This room has so many clocks. At least 4 clocks. That's our gem. Thank you. And there's another trunk here. Yeah, why not? Our keys are here to be used. I don't... At some point, I'm probably going to run out of time to use them, so why not? Now we've got... Oh my god. There are so many clocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clocks at least. Okay, empty cabinet. Swans. All the clocks do seem to be accurate. This looks like a thing that's locked, but it's not letting me use it. A fireplaces are always mysterious because, you know, I could imagine that there's a secret room behind this. That's just a really common trope with fireplaces. In a game like that, I would not at all be surprised. All right. Let's just see how far we can go. This one will actually go up to rank 5. Whenever you enter chapel... This will let us go north, but we'll lose a coin every time we enter it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. All right. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was my money. It took my coin. Oh. This is beautiful. All of these stained glass windows. Well, this is very Indiana Jonesy. We've got stained glass windows with pictures on them that have Roman numerals associated with them. Alright, first off, let's just see if there's anything to interact with. These are like people wearing like riding outfits, horse riding outfits. Wow. Wow. Who is this? Could be a prince. Could be a prince. A shield and a mace. And a big crown. Or just an angel of some sort. So we've got... So these numbers are out of order. What have we got? Over here we've got 1, 4, 6, 3, 2, 5. So I guess if we do a left to right read, I'm going to write this down because it might relate to a password or something. So 5 2 3 6 4 1 6 4 1. But it might also be that these things actually relate to a spatial pattern, as in if we go. It could also mean that they relate to the pictures, of course, but there's so many puzzle dynamics that could be going on here. But let me just consider this one as well. So if it is a spatial dynamic, then it's 1 all the way across there to 2 to 3, just a little bit over, over there to 4 to 5. And there... No, hang on. No. Not that one is 6. 4 down to here for 5. And then up there to 6. Okay, just in case. Just in case that kind of spatial order there matters. Can we get around here? Not by the look of it. Alright, we got ourselves a gem. There's another chess piece. Oh god, I don't know anything about chess. That's a rook? I think, maybe. Maybe that's a rook. Let me have a look. Alright, so we're sort of... Here we should be able to go up to rank 5. Let's try. Okay, so if we can get a useful room here, greater chance of finding items in green rooms. And I need 2 gems for this, which I have, so that sounds pretty good to me. Then again, this would also let us go forward and across. And then the parlor. It's one of these two. Oh gosh, let's try the West Wing Hall. Yeah, because that'll give us a lot of choice. Alright. Aha. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. So 10 years before now. Out of respect for the lady, late Clara. I'm actually just writing down. June 15th, 1983, in case those numbers matter. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. It's interesting, like they just talk about the staff members drafting rooms, huh? For the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, the floor plans associated with this wing. Oh, by pool. Okay, because I know that there is a pool room or a bathroom, but I think they mean removed from the pool of available rooms. Got it. We ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning for the late Lady Clara Epson. Likewise, any blah 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 may draft something. Okay. So we've actually got a window view here. Huh. So if we had drafted this in another position that wasn't... If we had drafted this in a different position, would we be able to get a room... Would we get no view? Would we get some other kind of view? Is it only because it's against the west edge of the mansion that we actually are able to see outside? That is a fascinating proposition. These look like wooden radiators. That's really cool. Okay, and so here we've got a picture of a vial with some substance in it and a bath. It does really feel like, it's feeling more and more to me like these things relate to things that are in other rooms. Okay. Fascinating. So, we could go across, but like, why not? Let's see how far north we can go. Yes. Aha, so this one is a locked door. Corridor is always left unlocked. I'm really concerned about this rooms being locked thing. We definitely don't want a closet, because that'll be a dead end. Ideally, like, why not? Let's just go further forward. But, everybody, I am also starting to think, of course, there's got to be a catch to just being able to go further north, right? And I think the catch is that you actually need to enter more rooms in, along the way, obviously, to be able to gain items like keys and coins and gems. Yes, you know, of course, this is already seeming to me like this is kind of the balance at play here. Okay, but let's just... we have a couple of... we have a way to go eastward here, so let's go corridor. Let's go corridor. Just for fun. Okay, a picture of a storm. Stormy cloud. And a picture of some wheat. 5 stalks of wheat actually. But maybe that relates to like a pantry, you know? I don't know what the storm would relate to. Again, we've got a window view here, which is pretty cool. And you can also see how, yeah, the actual building juts out to the side there. Which is, you know, like I wonder if things like that, oh, it does here as well. So I don't know if that means it's anything that we could actually, maybe that's just what the room joiner sections are like. They have these bits that jut out. Okay, let's just see if let's just go forward as much as we can until we can't. If I do this, I'm going to lose a gem, so I won't be able to do that room that required 2 gems. That could be an issue. This doesn't go anywhere, and this doesn't go anywhere, though, so I think I kind of have to. And hopefully we can find a way to find another gem. Oh, look, the leaves are moving in the wind, because we're exposed to the outside here. Huh. So I guess these could potentially be if this was located on the south side of the mansion, maybe these would be windows. Little areas being patched up. A conspicuous area of soil. Maybe we could plant something. But we get some... We just got a little sound there. But we can't see through these windows, interestingly. I thought for sure we'd be able to see out to the side. Hang on. A charming spot granting guests a bit of fresh air and open skies within the privacy of the manor walls. Rarity standard, drafted one time. It's a green room. What does it say about the corridor? A long hall with 2 doors at either end that had been one of your uncle's most frequently travelled rooms. Consequently, he had left strict instructions with the household staff that the doors of this corridor should never, under any circumstances, be locked. Yeah, and it says corridor is always left unlocked. So this seems like a very useful common room that maybe we'll get to use multiples of. And while I'm here, let's check out how the directory is changing. Okay. Yep. Security is room 35. We don't have any... That's our highest ranked room. Or like our highest numbered room. I really wonder what the significance of those footsteps is. Because this bedroom says whenever you enter this room, you gain 2 steps. Red, and the chapel is a red room, whatever that means. We've got 3 different hallways. So fascinating. There's so much going on here. Okay. All right. Let's just continue. Let's continue northward. Let's see if we can get to the antechamber. I got 5 keys. Now I've got 4 keys. I got 4 keys. I got 4 keys to use. All right, nothing here will go north, so that's a bit of a shame. I wonder how... Like, what determines which rooms come up here? The draftable rooms at each moment. I wonder if I will have an understanding of that at any point, or if it's totally random. It could be totally random. All right, either way, these are all the same exit and entrance-wise. So... this will give us more coins, which is nice. This will spread gems. So this will require a gem, and I only have 1, but it will also spread gems in each green room. Does that mean ones that I have already drafted, or only ones that I draft from this point onward? Because because I would like to get to 2 gems again. I guess let's experiment. So this will use a gem, but will we be able to... Like, will we have a gem in here? Either way, this is dang nice. Look at this. This is lovely. Can I leave? You know, if zombies do come after me in this mansion, at least maybe this is a maybe this is a way to exit. Ah, it's another pile of soil. And it's another pile of soil. This might be nothing. Might be nothing, but it could be something. It could be something. All right, we got an apple. Ah, there we go. We got a gem. Did we get 2 steps for the apple just now? Buried below. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I knew it. I knew it. The mounds of dirt are a thing. Maybe it's a small discovery, but I just feel really chuffed about having figured that out ahead of time. Occasionally, you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Ooh. So yeah, maybe they have items in them. Maybe it's gems and coins and keys and things like that. Ha ha ha. Okay. Well, so we have no more ability to go north. I'm kind of scared clicking on this each time. I can understand why it says once you go to draft something, you can't back out of it, because it's showing you, like, essentially, I think, the rooms that are on offer, and you have to commit. You have to commit. Okay. Parlor, guest bedroom. So really, we kind of need this one if we want to be able to go north, but we... Oh, I should have maybe tried going back to the other green room to see if I could get another gem. That sucks. So I can't go northward, and I can't even go forward. I can't even go forward. I can't even go more eastward to be able to set myself up for another north here. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close to the antechamber. So if I could have been able to do this one, yeah. In that case, we definitely don't want to do this one, because that'll be that. And that would completely cut us off from even putting any rooms north of the patio or north of the bedroom. We can't do this one. I'm just going to click on it. Nah. It says no. It says no. So it has to be parlor. But even this is going to cut us off. We're cut off. We're cut off from doing rooms any further northward, except from the antechamber itself. So this gives us 10 steps. Seems important, but I don't know what they mean yet. So maybe let's do parlor, so that at least we can... Oh, but this raises an interesting question. Does this limit the rooms that I can then do east of the courtyard? Because does it need to be a room that actually has those 2 exits now built into it? Oh no, this gem requirement was really important. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if that's a really important disadvantage, but look, we've just got to go forward. So let's work it out. We have to choose something. Let's pick this. It seems like the best of all of the available options. Haha, it's our guy though. It's our grand uncle. No, Simon is us. Oh no, I've already forgotten the man's name. Well, it's probably here. Dear Herbert. Ah, his name is Herbert. May the 2nd. It was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. It's nasty. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlour game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colours. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. Okay, M. Lowry is going in my notebook, which I just dropped on the ground. And this will... I'm just seeing if there's any other details I might want to write down, and it could be anything. The Oldhams, past Thursday. Okay, but either way, we've got a game involving 3 boxes of different colors. Okay. Game, 3 boxes. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. Ooh. Oh, this is so cool. I love these kinds of puzzles so much. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. One of us always tells the truth. One of us always lies. Only 1 box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. Okay. All right. Well, that's fairly simple. So it might be that there are 2 boxes which always display, which only display false statements. It might be that there are 2 boxes that display only true statements. But there will always be at least 1 box. Okay. At least 1 true. Same for false. And only 1 has a prize. Interesting. Haha, you found a rather curious wind-up key, a component of the parlour game. So maybe that game is actually in... Well, is it here? Ah, it's here. It's right behind me. Okay. Huh. Alright, so we've got some statements. The black box contains gems. Oh my god. I love these kind of logic elimination games. Let's see if I can actually do a good job at this. Alright, a blue box, a white box, a black box. The black box contains gems. Could be true, could be false. All 3 boxes are empty. Well, we know that this is false because... Let me just double check the wording on this. Only 1 box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. I have to assume that that means that there is always a box with a prize within. So this is lies. The black box is a box of lies. This box and the blue box are empty. This could be, so this one definitely lies. One of these tells the truth. The black box contains gems. That could be true. This box and the blue box are empty. To be honest, both of these could be true. But one of these... Hang on. This box and the blue box are empty. If this one, so these puzzles are always rely on following the logic through and seeing how it connects with the other forms of logic. So if this one is definitely lies. One of these has to be true. They both may be true, but one of them has to be true. If this is true, this box and the blue box are empty, then this is the one that has gems. If this one is true, the black box contains gems. You know, they could easily both be true. That makes sense, right? If this one is lies, then this one would have to be true. And that actually doesn't make sense because these two would contradict each other in that case. If this one is a lie, then the black box does not... well, actually, the black box could contain something which is not gems. It could contain something else, right? I've got to tell you, I don't feel 100% sure, but I feel like my gut, I suppose, my logic is at least suggesting that this is the one that has stuff in it. But I don't know if I feel 100% certain. Hang on. If this one is false, this box and the blue box are empty. It would mean both of those conditions. Only a situation where both of those conditions are true is false. This box and the blue box are empty. Let's just try opening this. What the hey? Hey! It's kind of just what I was after. Oh, great. Great. Thank you, Granduncle. I appreciate it. Is there anything else to interact with? Yeah, that was satisfying. I wasn't 100% feeling it. Okay, so we've got a choice now. Let's have a look at our blueprint. We cannot go northward, and unfortunately we cannot go eastward, which would directly connect us with the antechamber. We can either try going down here or even here. That's to the same spot. And I guess we're just crossing our fingers and hoping. We could also go back to here and try to make our way up again. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, we're here to experiment. Okay, so... oh... but what is... oh... so none of these are going to allow me to go eastward either. These will only take me back. That kind of sucks. But also, interestingly, only this one has the entrances that will connect with... the other existing room that we have. So what happens if I choose this one and it doesn't connect with that other exit that we have? We will get 8 coins, which sounds nice. I'm also thinking that this observatory must be the one that relates to the pictures with the 4 stars that we saw. And this must be the one that relates to the bathtub. There was a picture that had a bathtub in it somewhere. I don't know what any of that means, but maybe I'm wondering if what it means is if you put those rooms next to each other, maybe even with the orientation, like if one room has a picture of a bathtub on the, let's say, the west wall, and then if you put the lavatory on the other side to that wall, maybe that means something. Maybe that means something. I don't know. What am I the most curious about? Rumpus room, observatory. This one would kind of cut off this whole section. Maybe... maybe that's kind of fine. Let's try Rumpus Room. I don't know, it's a whim. I don't really know how this is going to work out. Let's just try. Nice. Kind of a classic 80s style. Fish, wooden television. Hey! Oh, they've called Alzara, but this is just like the Zoltar box from the movie Big. So could we put a coin in here? Ah, yes. I don't have any coins, but hang on, this room is meant to have a bunch of coins in it, right? Where are my coins? Maybe the coins are in the Zoltar machine. So maybe I actually need... Oh, you could even potentially put a coin in here, right? It doesn't let me interact with it, though. So here we have a picture of... Ah, so it's another picture of a grandfather clock. And a necktie. So that could be the room with the wardrobe that we saw. That's really cool, but it doesn't let me interact. There's 2 televisions. This looks similar to the radio or whatnot that we saw. If it is a radio, I don't know. But it looks similar to the machine that we saw in like the reading nook or something. Ah, it's my coins! Fabulous. Nothing else that I can see. All right, Zoltar. What have you got for me? Actually, you're Alzara. Oh my god, I can't move away from it.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
Oh.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
Alzara, please be kind to me.
I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I guess so. I guess so.
Is becoming clear.
Oh. I guess I am looking at a blueprint of my future. On a beach?
A boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something. Something he was told he would not find.
Oh, it's a cat.
I see a black cat tied to a red flag.
The goal of this game is to free the black cat.
I hear the
Surely.
wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key.
Oh.
It is the door you have been searching for.
Is that...
will not find.
Will not find.
A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
Thank you, Alzara. That was...
Till the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Oh, can we come back to you every day then? And is this... Oh my god. Oh, my brain is spinning. Is all of that stuff... Like, is all of that stuff related just to today? Is it related to the possibilities of today that I have created in the blueprint? Is it just related to my wider gameplay, like the wider, day after day after day goal? Do any of those things change? Is that always the same cutscene? Are those visuals and symbols something that relate to, do they relate just to what I'm doing now and what I have done? Alzara, that was so cool and interesting, and my brain has melted. My brain has melted. Okay, well, I never want to stop playing this game. This is so amazing. I'm going to have to leave this first episode here, but wow. This is incredible. I can't tell you how proud I am of my of my decision. How pleased I am of my decision to start playing this game now. This has so much exceeded all of my expectations, honestly. I had no idea that I was going to be playing something that had a game dynamic that I've never even seen before. The possibilities here are already so fascinating and so mind-blowing, and I feel like we're just getting started. So I'm so keen to keep playing. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope that you are also having a great time watching me wrangle with the unbelievably compelling mysteries and this tantalizing atmosphere that this game creates. And I so much look forward to the next episode, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey with this flat out incredible, mind-blowing game. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.